Hello, my name's Sarita and I'm speaking to you today from SolHenge. And I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. Now, one of the truths about who you are is that this physical body of yours is actually a technology. And in understanding that it's a technology, what I wanted to share with you today was how to activate your latent DNA so that you can enhance the workings of this technology and contain higher frequencies of light information, which is going to help you to ascend in your spiritual evolution. Hope that's made sense. So basically, the old science has looked at our DNA, and basically what the old science said was that we weren't using 90% of our DNA. So they called that DNA junk DNA. But really, you have to understand that the way science has been looking at DNA was purely through physical terms. And the thing with our junk DNA, which is not junk at all, is that our junk DNA is actually designed to help us evolve spiritually, to ascend. So it's really much more about our energy field, and this is where the activation of this junk DNA, I hate calling it junk DNA, activation of this spiritual DNA is going to help us. And if you're watching this video, obviously, your spiritual ascension is of interest to you. And you've probably seen other YouTube videos or read other things about activating the DNA within you in order to contain higher frequencies. So what I wanted to share with you today was two really simple methods, really easy ways that you can activate this DNA within you. But what I wanted to say before I share these methods with you is it's really important to understand that you can only activate the DNA bit by bit. It's not something that you can't just turn on that whole 90% in a oneer, because you would literally blow your circuitry. You would blow your sort of nervous system would erupt. So, and we're all individual beings, and the way that each of our DNA gets activated is exactly perfect according to us. So the chances are, we love synchronicity, that if you're watching this video, it's time for you to activate your DNA in the way that I'm going to propose. And this is the two ways I'm going to give you are very simple, very gentle ways to begin to activate your DNA. So really, in order to do this activation, you need to have an awareness that we are sort of encased in a control matrix. And the chances are, if you're watching this video, you're already waking up to the fact that that we're moving out of this kind of control matrix. And what I mean by that is that we've been disempowered from our own sense of sovereignty. Most of us are running around, chasing our tails in this life, working to make money, to survive. Then we slob out in front of the TV and we eat, and then we get up in the morning and we're perpetually tired, and we get up and we go to work and we do the whole thing again. It's like a survival of the fittest sort of state of being, and it's kind of a control mechanism. It's a fear-based control mechanism that humanity has been encased in for a long time. But as I said, if you're watching this video, you're waking up, or you've already woken up to this fact, and you're coming into your sovereignty, and you're understanding that your own power is activating you into your own ascension and evolution. So the two ways to come out, to activate your DNA, are to come out of this control matrix. So the first way to activate your DNA is to stop watching TV. It's really basic. TV is a program. It's programming you to be in a perpetual state of fear, whether that's, fear that you're not enough, fear that you must get the next iPhone or people won't like you, fear about the state of the world through the news, fear, 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 fear. It's a fear-based mechanism to control humanity, and it takes away your sovereignty. So the best way, the easiest way to begin to activate your latent DNA is to give up watching TV. Now, I myself haven't watched TV for, wow, I don't know, 20 years now, a long time. And it's not that I don't watch certain programs. I mean, never watch TV programs, but I do watch documentaries and things like that on YouTube, or I might watch comedy. But I'm very consciously aware of what I watch and how it affects me. So I choose how I'm being affected by what I'm watching. But if you just slob out in front of the TV because you're tired at the end of the day, which many of us are, what's happening is there's a lot of programming entering your energetic field through your eyes and through your ears and through your actual energy field, and it is affecting you in ways that you won't be conscious of if you're just lying in front of it, trying to zone out. And this may seem really judgmental of me to say this, and I'm really not putting anyone down by saying if you slob out in front of the TV. I know what it is to slob out in front of the TV. I used to do it a long time ago. But what I've noticed from stopping is that I can't even go in the vicinity of a television that's just running its programs without feeling the effects of it in my energy field and in my nervous system. It literally begins to activate anxiety and fear in my energy field, and that's why I don't go near it anymore. So when you move out of the programming, that control mechanism, the control matrix of what the TV does for you, you begin to it's like your nervous system begins to relax, and your latent DNA strands have space and time to begin to wake up and activate. So really, I just think letting go of television is one of the most fundamental ways that you can come back into your own sovereignty. By all means, watch programs that make you feel good, but really begin to have a strong sense of how things are affecting you. Because it's not just things like, horror movies or the news or commercials that can make you feel bad. Sometimes things that appear funny or like entertainment are actually programming you in very subtle ways in your subconscious mind. And obviously, if you're relaxed in front of a TV, you're kind of half going into an alpha brainwave state, and that's a really programmable state of being. So that's the first way that you can begin to activate your DNA. And if you are a television watcher, just try for 1 week to limit your time on the television or give it up altogether, and just notice what happens to you. Notice what it feels like. You'll probably notice in the beginning that you really miss it, because obviously television, like anything that we do a lot of, anything that we have addiction around, is going to release hormones in your brain. Like Joe Dispenza says, we get addicted to the hormones of stress. They're equally as addictive as the hormones of happiness and love. So if you're used to being in front of the TV and actually you're activating things like adrenaline, once you remove yourself from that, you're probably going to have a time lag where you're going to really miss that adrenaline rush. But give yourself some time to really relax and get away from it. And once your nervous system has calmed down, then watch and see what happens to you in your body. So enough talking. That's the first way. The second way to activate your DNA and to move away and out of the control matrix is to begin to do nothing. Now, this is really hard for many, many people, and it seems contradictory. How can I activate my DNA by doing nothing? That's how you activate your DNA, because nothingness pulls you out of control mechanisms and it allows you to just be. And if you couple this with giving up television, you're going to have space in your life to do nothing. And it is a really hard one. You know, I'm a really busy person. I've got 2 kids, husband, trying to set up a whole business. You know, I'm busy, and it's really hard for me to stop and do nothing. And the way that I do this is I do quite a long meditation before I go to sleep every night, probably about an hour, where I meditate on nothing. And it's a real one of those meditating of emptying the mind jobs and trying to just not think. And I absolutely love this meditation. This meditation that I'm doing at night is fast becoming my sort of favorite thing to do, which is to do nothing. And so what happens when you do nothing is you really come back to the truth of who you are. Because while we've been in this sort of control matrix and this very fear-based state of evolution for the last how many hundreds of thousands of years or whatever, into this now, because now things are really changing and we've got access to the 5th dimension. It's been a really important process, but part of understanding and becoming an evolved being is coming into the realization that you were not meant to be controlled. You were not meant to be in a fear-based program. You're not meant to work hard, strive, try and survive, be in pain, stress, all of those things. You were meant to come here and just be who you are. You are meant to come here and just be joyful, to do nothing, to play, to express yourself and to have fun. So really, when you can learn to do nothing, it really reconnects you to who you are actually, and it reconnects you to source consciousness and all that is. And so if you're going to try and do nothing, you can either do what I do, which is meditate on doing nothing. So it's almost like you're trying to get behind your own thoughts and just be in that nothing isness state. Or you just spend a moment, just go and lie in the garden or something, or lie on your bed and just do nothing. It's a weird one when you first start. And as you start doing more and more nothing, it will become easier and easier. And what's going to happen is this technology of your body is going to begin to respond to you. And your DNA will activate exactly as it needs to in the process that is perfect for you. So those are the 2 ways, the easiest 2 ways to begin to pull yourself out of the control matrix and to activate your DNA as the divine being that you are. And as you activate your DNA, you're going to be able to contain higher and higher frequencies of light information, and this is going to elevate everything within you and allow you to access higher dimensions and come into these beautiful pure states of being, like compassion and joy and love. So there you go. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you go away and you try letting go of television and try doing nothing and see what happens to you. And please write to me and let me know what does happen to you. I'm really interested to find out. And if you like this video, please subscribe, because I put up new videos every single week. And other than that, I wish you all warmest blessings. Thank you very much for watching.